This is Mr. B's Basic Hand Drums, lesson number 5 for ages 8 to 18 and over. Brought to you by the Utah Division for Arts and Museums. Hi everybody, we're back for lesson number 5. And I'll get some playing going on here and we'll just get going. Hey, I'm sitting here today with another drum that I want to show you. This one is a small drum, but it's got big sound. This drum doesn't look African, does it? It's made out of metal, and it's got a clear plastic drum head, so you can see right through it. This drum is from Africa, but it's not from West Africa, like most of the drums behind me. This one is from Egypt in northern Africa. It's called a Dada Bucha. Everyone say Dada Bucha. Now the Dada Bucha, you only need one of these drums in any big drum circle because it is the loudest of all the drums. It's got this clear plastic head and it's got a metallic sound, so when you do a slap, it's loud, okay? And it's just a wonderful drum to play. It's one of my favorite ones. And today, we're going to start out with a good warm-up. We're going to do call and response like we do. I play 3, you play 3, and then we'll do some of the rhythms and some of the other stuff for like the echo game. Okay, so here we go. Start with your dominant hand. I'll play 3, you play 3. Other hand. Both hands. Tones, right. Both, left. Both. Slaps, dominant. Left. Both. Flams, basses. Tones. And slaps. Roll it. Jolie, walk the fat dog. 3. That's enough for our warm-up. Are you feeling warm? Your hands tingling a little bit? If they are, you're hitting too hard. So keep it nice and low and soft. Unless you really want to play a loud one, then you give it a good sharp. Okay, so today we are learning about a different time signature. Now, all of the rhythms we've done so far have been 4/4 time, which means there's 4 beats to a measure, and a quarter note gets 1 beat. And you count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, walk the fat dog, trip on the fat dog. Ends with 4 every time. Okay, Sinte's the same, Dogon. All the rhythms we've done so far, 4/4 time. Now we're going to switch to 3/4 time. 3/4. And you count to 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, that rhythm is a very popular rhythm with a lot of songs. Country music just loves 3/4 time. And some rock and roll even. So when you do it, it usually has an accent on the 1. So you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I always tell my students that this rhythm is also very famous for a certain dance. It's an old dance, been around for hundreds of years. It's called the waltz. And when you do a waltz, you do the steps. 1 big step and then 2 little steps. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And you dance around. If you've watched any of the Disney princess movies, a lot of them have a waltz somewhere in it. Okay? So, we're going to learn some 3/4 rhythms today. Now, I've got kind of a story to tell you because I started teaching the 3/4 rhythms to one of my classes years ago, and one of my little girls, she was a 3rd grader, and she was really into Disney movies, and especially Disney princess movies. And she just loved them. And when I started talking about the waltz, she got all excited because she knew that Sleeping Beauty does a waltz, and Beauty and the Beast do waltz, and she just was really excited about it. And so I said, okay, I'm going to teach these 3 rhythms: West African 6, West African 3, and Gankogi. We're going to start with West African 3 first because it's the easiest one. And so I started teaching it, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And they said, is there a sentence? And I says, no, we just learn the rhythms. We just learn them by what stroke we do it. And this little girl, her name was Grace, she raised her hand and she said, oh, Mr. B, Mr. B, this is just like Beauty and the Beast. And I says, what do you mean? And she says, well, when Beauty is dancing, she's this little teeny tiny girl and she's got little teeny tiny feet and she goes, step, tippy toe, step, tippy toe. And I went, what? And she says, well, you just said the beat. And I says, well, West African 3 goes bass, tone, tone, tone. Bass, tone, tone, tone. And she says, well, instead of that, we'll learn it step, tippy toe, step, tippy toe. And I went, what a good idea. So this is Beauty's rhythm, according to Grace. And it goes bass, tone, 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 bass, tone, 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 bass, tone, tone, tone. Okay, let's do it together. But we can say step, tippy toe, step, tippy toe, step, tippy toe. Same thing. Okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, step, tippy toe, step, tippy toe, step, tippy toe, step, stop. You got it? It's a pretty simple rhythm. Okay? So, then I said, okay, we're going to learn West African 6. And I says, it goes bass, 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 ton, 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 ton. And Grace raised her hand and said, Mr. Ballard, this is perfect. It's the Beast's rhythm. And I says, how is that? And she says, well, you know, the Beast is this big, huge, hairy guy with big, clunky feet and claws and hair all over him. And I says, yeah. And she says, well, he wants to dance with little teeny Beauty, and he wants to dance like she's doing. And she's doing step, tippy-toe, step, tippy-toe. So the Beast starts out trying to get up on his tippy toes and goes tippy, tippy, tippy. And then he falls off and goes stomp, stomp, stomp. And I says, yeah, that kind of does make sense. And she says, so instead of going tone, 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 bass, 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 you're going to go tippy, 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 stomp, stomp, stomp. And I said, okay, let's give it a try. So that's how it goes. Tone, 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 bass, 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 tippy, 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 stomp, stomp, stomp. Got it? Here we go. And... another pretty easy rhythm. And if you just remember Beauty and the Beast, it's easy to remember. One goes step, tippy toe, step, tippy toe, and the other goes tippy, 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 stomp, stomp, stomp. Beauty and the Beast. And so now we're moving on to rhythm, the third rhythm, okay? Now the cool thing about these rhythms, just like Jolie, Sinte, and Dogon, and the others that we've done, they can be stacked on top of each other. Well, 3/4 time rhythms like this can be stacked on top of each other and they make it sound really fun. And so that's what I did with my class before, and we stacked the Beauty and the Beast and got them going together. So just like Beauty and the Beast dancing together, they dance together. So you can do that. If you want to go back and while I'm playing Beauty, you play Beast, or while I'm playing Beast, you play Beauty, it works pretty good. Okay, so you can go back and do some practicing by stacking them together. The third one is a little tougher. Now we talked about a ghost note in the last lesson. And the ghost note is used in Gankogi. Now the word Gankogi is an African word that it really is the name of a bell. And the bell has two bells hooked together, a big one and a little one, and a handle. And it's got 3 sounds. You hit the big bell and it goes clonk. You hit the medium bell, it goes ding. And you hit the handle and it goes ding. So it's got 3, just like bass, tone, and slap. But it's on a bell. And the Gankogi bell is used a lot of times with this rhythm, and that's why they started calling it Gankogi, even though it's a rhythm called Gankogi and it's not the bell. So this one is 3/4 time, and it goes right along with West African 3 and West African 6 in that it starts out exactly the same rhythm, except for not the same strokes as West African 6. This one has 6 beats, but it goes like this. The first 3 beats are bass, tone, tone. 1, 2, 3. And then it goes, and here's the tough part, it goes tone, tone, ghost, tone, ghost, tone. So it's got 2 ghosts. So bass, tone, tone. Okay, so let's do the first part together, just so that we know it. And I do it, and we do it just with your dominant hand. So it goes bass, tone, tone, bass, tone, tone, bass, tone, tone, bass, tone, tone. And the second part goes tone, tone, ghost, tone, ghost, tone. So do it with me. Here we go. We'll do it over and over. Tone, tone, ghost, tone, ghost, tone, 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 ghost, tone, ghost, tone, tone, ghost, tone, ghost, tone, tone, ghost, tone, ghost, tone, tone, ghost, tone, tone, ghost, tone, ghost, tone. Now let's put them both together. Okay, here's how it goes. Bass, tone, 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 ghost, tone, ghost, tone, bass, tone, 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 ghost, tone, ghost, tone, bass, go, stone, go, stone, bass. Stone, 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 go, stone, go, stone. Very good. Now, you can go back, play any of them stacked together. You can speed me up, you can slow me down. Just get these three rhythms. West African 3, West African 6, and Gankogi. Get them all ready to go. And keep practicing and have fun. This is a fun time. Whenever you're doing hand drums, you just gotta have fun. Thanks for showing up. This was lesson 5. Get ready for lesson 6. And these are, again, just a reminder, they're brought to you by the Utah Division of Arts and Museums. Thanks.